Hi everyone, it's Kathryn. I just wanted to pop on here, following on from the Introduction to Phonics video that I filmed a little while ago. I wanted to offer a little bit more information about how we support and develop your children's early mathematical skills as well. So I touched briefly on this when I talked about school readiness, but just in the same way as literacy skills don't completely revolve and depend around writing and letter recognition. There's far more to it than that, listening skills, all of the things that we've spoken about before. In the same way, early math skills don't rest solely on numbers and rote counting to 5, to 10, to 20 and beyond. There's so much more to it than that. So, in early years in particular, we often hear the phrase the Twoness of Two, and this is a key idea that we need to be making sure that our children understand that the number 2 also represents two things. They need to have an understanding of quantity and of amounts, and less of an emphasis on numeral recognition and formation and things like that. The Twoness of Two is a really helpful way to think about it. You know, does your child understand that 5 could be 5 jumps, it could be 5 objects, it could be 5 minutes? Do they know that 5 means more than just the numeral 5? It's also really important that we explore other elements of mathematic development, including shape, space and measure. And that's not to say that we're sitting with your children on the carpet, showing them a picture of a square, explaining that it has 4 sides. While of course we do introduce shapes, your children are exploring these concepts constantly throughout their play. So just think of a construction activity, for example. Your child is stacking blocks, they're thinking about which shapes will stack best, they're thinking about how these blocks might balance. Are they going to put one that's really heavy on the top, or would that be better on the bottom? They are creating arrangements with the blocks. They're even saying things like, it's nearly as tall as me. They are comparing and measuring based on their own experiences and in a way that's appropriate for their age. But when it comes down to it, they're just playing. In a similar way, picture the sand tray or the water tray when your children are filling containers or transporting water from one place to another, or working out how much sand they can fill in a bucket before it gets too heavy for them to carry. They're thinking about capacity, they're thinking about weight, they are problem solving at every stage, and that is in itself a vital mathematical skill that is only going to help them when they come to learn maths in a more formalised way when they get to school. When your children are exploring loose parts play inside, they are developing their early math skills there. They are creating arrangements, they're forming patterns, they are noticing colours and shapes and textures. We often find that loose parts play is a really, really great place to develop some key vocabulary when your children are essentially describing the qualities of different shapes. This one's got round edges, this one's got lots of different sides, and describing the different shapes they've made out of structures and relating that back again to their own experiences. Your children at nursery are learning how to represent number in multiple different ways, whether that's through fingers. We've got lots of displays within preschool in particular of numbers on fingers, whether they are making marks on paper, whether they're noticing that numbers are in objects or through claps or jumps, or the children themselves represent a number. We're head counting all the time, and things like that really do make their way into your children, and they do think about it when it comes to their everyday experiences. They are exploring language related to money, language related to time. When we are counting down from 5 to tidy up, that's again anticipating an event. we are using sun timers to anticipate going on to a next activity. They know that after a period of time, something's going to change. Days of the week, months, all of these sorts of things that we often just think about, or our day-to-day routines, are actually helping our children develop early mathematics skills. So, mathematics skill and development and vocabulary and all of these sorts of skills are completely embedded within your child's play and embedded within our practice as well. I hope that gives you a little bit more information, but if you do have any questions at all about how you might want to support your children at home, or any general questions, please don't hesitate to get in touch, and we can hopefully get back to you and give you a little bit more information if you need it. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.